Hello everybody, it's NumbNexus here today, and I'm bringing you guys a Pokemon Showdown battle replay that I had against Phozon. If you guys all know her, she's a competitive female Pokemon YouTuber, and it's pretty rare to find a female Pokatuber, so check out her channel in the description. It's an RU battle that I had against her. She was looking for matches with any tier, and I just challenged her, and actually gonna like it. It was a pretty close match, so threats on her side, really. I want that Spiritomb to get out of the way, just because they can at least take one Flare Blitz, I believe, since she has, if you've seen her video, she has the rest talking one, and yeah, and it's kind of stands in the way of my Dredagon since he's a physical tank, and he can't take special hits too well, and then my Medicham can't really freely high jump kick everything on her team, because that thing kind of stands in the way, and, well, Amoonguss really can't touch a rest talking Spiritomb, so yeah. And really, I can see that she had set up a lot of annoying hazard with the Quillfish and the Aerodactyl, but it turns out it's the other way around with the Uxie setting up Stealth Rocks and the Quillfish just being the obnoxious Pain Split tank. So let's just get this match going. I'm going to lead off with my Amoonguss, predicting her to lead off with her Uxie, as she does, and I know she's probably going to want to U-turn out into her Spiritomb, so I was just like, why not just give her the free sleep? Like, just give her the free sleeping claws, just so she can be asleep. You know, it kind of gets it out of the way, and, you know, I can kind of bank on her not getting the attack right away. So she goes for the sleep talk and gets the rest, which I'm fine with. As she's not going to switch us to her Quillfish, I did predict it, but I decided to stay in, because I know that Adamant Choice Banded Entei can easily 2 to 3 KO a defensive Quillfish, and she knows that, so she's going to switch out here to her Aerodactyl. I decided to stay in, because really I can just hit anything on her team really hard. And now I know this thing can outspeed me, so I switch out here into my Dredagon, take any move that she wants to go for, and she goes for the Stone Edge, as I'm just going to Dragon Tail out here, but instead I predicted her to stay in again, setting up the rocks, taking advantage of that. But she just makes the nice play and switches out to her Spiritomb. So as she goes for the Dark Pulse, I know I can at least take one, since she's rest talking and she's probably bulky and not like offensive, which she is. She's bulky offensive, so that really can't do much to me. I could score the crit on the Dragon Tail. Really didn't matter, because that Spiritomb is basically rendered useless as it's asleep, and she kind of needs it to, you know, it's basically just set up right there. It sets up with Calm Mind, and if it really can't set up one, it's kind of useless. So as she comes out to the Quillfish to go for the Pain Split, it doesn't do too much. I go for the EQ, predicting that, and now I'm going to go for the Dragon Tail, predicting her to switch out, as she does, and I Dragon Tail out to her Dredagon. I know I can definitely outspeed these guys, even though I'm defensive. I put in enough EVs to outspeed just a regular or other defensive Dredagons, which I am able to outspeed her, but she went for the Dragon Tail, so you really can't tell. She goes for the Dragon Tail, that almost KOs me, as I'm going to Dragon Tail out to my Medicham, go for the Ice Punch on the Quillfish, just because I know Ice Punch can hit everything hard. If she wants to come out to that Spiritomb, I can go for Ice Punch. And she now comes out into her main Nectrike, as the Volt Switch is painfully obvious, so I'm going to switch out to my Dredagon, basically as Death Fodder, to get Switch Initiative, because I know she's going to have the first switch in. And now she comes out here, back out into her Aerodactyl. I basically can come out here into my Entei here, and go for the Extreme Speed, but I did think that she would come out into her Spiritomb, predicting Extreme Speed. But she just goes for the safe EQ, which is fine. So I guess she kind of thought that she could live in Extreme Speed. So she gets off 2 heavy EQs that pretty much is a 40 KO, but I know I could take one. I go for the HP Ice, and that's going to easily KO that Aerodactyl from that range. As she comes back out into her Uxie, I did not know what she wanted to do, but I predicted U-turn. So I come in into my Slowking, but she actually goes for the Stealth Rocks kind of late game, but I guess she wants that Entei out of the way as soon as possible, and the Cryogonal not to rapid spin anything away. And Stealth Rock will be doing heavy damage on those too, so she goes for the Heal Bell now and reveals that. And she's going to U-turn out into her Dredagon, which I kind of predicted. So, no, she U-turns out into her Spiritomb, which I kind of saw that, because, you know, she went for the Heal Bell, so she wanted him to get awake as soon as possible. And I go for the Surf to easily KO that Spiritomb. As she comes out here into my Nectrike, the Volt Switch is again painfully obvious, but she decides to go for the Flamethrower this time, predicting me to go out into my Cryogonal, predicting her to go for the Volt Switch. That was a good play on her part. I'm going to let this guy die off. He really didn't need to do much on this team besides besides possibly KO that Dredagon, but you know, I kind of have that taken care of. So as she comes out to her Yuxi here, I'm just going to go for the safe surf. That's either going to Elko that Yuxi, and she can come out to her main neck strike, but that really won't do much use, as I could just let this guy die off and have my Amoonguss sitting in the back. As I go for the surf again, she's just going to go for the Dragon Tail, and the Dragon Tailed me out into my Medicham, which is amazing because now I can spam Ice Punches. I did want to spam High Jump Kick, but since I saw leftovers and she has Dragon Tail, I kind of thought she was the defensive set and did think that it would kill. I'll just go for the safe Ice Punch. As I'm going to go for the Ice Punch again, I know I can take a Thunderbolt, and it's going to live with just the smallest sliver, and she's going to easily OHKO my Medicham here, and I can come out to my Entei and E-Speed. But she decides that I know I can do that just the way I brought in my Entei, and she decides to just leave. So yeah, that was a good game, Phozon. I hope you guys enjoyed this match. I'm trying to get more active lately. As you can see, I'm trying to finish up my LPs, and I kind of have my blue LP already finished, so I hope you guys enjoyed this match. More LPs to come, more battles to come, and until then guys, take it easy.